We've covered the communication model. So now you understand how it is that you create your reality, that subjective experience. But say that whatever it is that you're perceiving, you're not happy with. You don't like it for some reason. You would like to change it. How could you do that? There are many different ways. But the one I'm going to introduce you to now is a really good one, and it's called reframing. When you reframe something, basically, you are changing the frame of that situation in order to give it a different meaning. It is understanding something in a different or a new way. And what this enables you to do is to find new resources. Enables you to become more flexible. And there are two types of reframing. Context reframing. As the name indicates, you change the context of that situation to give it a new meaning, to alter our internal representation of that circumstance. A great example is plastic. You see plastic and then you ask yourself, what could I do with it in order to recycle it? And there are many different businesses doing different things with it, okay? Up to the point that there are plastic roads nowadays. What that person did at that point, looked at the plastic and asked, how could I recycle it? How could this be useful somewhere else? Changing the context allows you to find new resources and new ideas. Another great example. Say you are the type of person that sometimes is quite negative. Okay? Kind of using the problem-based filter. That's why I like to say that there is no right or wrong. Because if you're negative and you like to focus on mistakes and errors, if you context reframe that situation by asking, well, it might not be useful here in this situation, but where else could it be useful? Okay? And this is how you may recognize that having that sort of mentality or applying that filter to accounts, for instance, can be very useful. Just making sure all the numbers are right. Or think about it. If you're manufacturing parts for planes, most certainly focusing on possible mistakes and the likes is going to be a very useful skill to have. Content reframe. As opposed to the context reframe, here the situation doesn't change, but the meaning of it does. Imagine you're working and right behind you, you have your boss looking at you, watching over you, and you find that situation very annoying and you get frustrated. Why on earth does he have to stand behind me? Doesn't he trust me? Right. My question to you, how is that view of that reality serving you in achieving what you want to achieve, for example? If you want to change the meaning of it, here's a question you can ask. What is the high positive intention of my boss standing behind me? You may realize that he cares about you so much that he wants you to do an amazing job. That can be an alternative. A very different outlook on the situation, isn't it? It may serve you better, doesn't it? I usually like to share that example. And next time you're in a situation you're not happy with, you want to change the meaning of it without changing the context, ask yourself a question such as, what can be a different meaning to what I'm perceiving at the moment? How can I get a new perspective? Is there anything else? And this will enable you to change that internal representation to your advantage. That's the power behind reframing. An amazing skill to have, especially as a communicator.